Hey guys, this is Paul from Day to Day Fixes. In this episode, I will be removing this toilet, which is actually rocking, and since it's rocking, there is some water seepage coming out the bottom of the toilet. This toilet was placed a few months ago by some contractors. We're actually doing some work in this bathroom, stuff that the contractors didn't do correctly, and this is what we also found. To fix this, we need to remove the toilet. First, we gotta turn off the shut-off valve as shown, and now we could always use the wet dry vac, but for the day-to-day DIYer, if you guys have a big sponge, you can use that to remove the water from the toilet and the tank. I'm removing the nut, and I noticed that it was not fully compressed. It was easy to turn, and it shouldn't have been that way. Same thing with the right side, easy to take out. I did use that tool to remove the silicone all around the bottom of the toilet. Next, I'm using a 5/8 wrench to remove the hose from the valve. Make sure you have a towel nearby so that way the water from the hose can drip onto the towel. I grabbed a little bit of painter's tape and a marker, and I'm marking down where the bolts are. Now it's time to remove the toilet. I have my legs over the toilet bowl and walking backwards like a duck. Make sure you grab the toilet by the actual bowl so that way the tank doesn't just come off. Got to be very careful with that since you want to take out both pieces at the same time. If it's too heavy, you can always take out the tank first and then the bowl. Now I'm just removing the old wax ring and any debris that was already there. Also, don't forget to put an old rag where the hole is, or else the bad odors will come out and it'll smell really bad. Make sure you clean the floor underneath where the toilet was to make sure everything is good. The flange here is above the floor. It was about 1/4 inch. It should be good. Ideally, it should be flush with the floor or slightly lower. Usually I would use the extra thick wax ring, but in this case I'm going to go with the normal height wax ring. Taking a look at the bolts more closely, I can see that one of them, the one that was placed on the left side of the toilet, was already rusting. That means there's been a leak for a while already. Now I'm going to put in the bolts where the blue tape is located, which is usually at 9 and 3 o'clock. The plastic looking washer you place on top of the bolt so that way the bolt is stable, and when you place the toilet it doesn't rock back and forth. But first, don't forget to take the rag out. Then I place the wax ring on top of the drain hole and ready to set the toilet bowl. Make sure the bowl is pushed from the top straight down and not really rocked. Now, since the toilet is not balanced, I need to use these plastic shims that I bought at a big box store, specifically made for toilets. Once it's placed on the sides that it's needed, then I could cut it using a utility knife. Now I put the silver washer and the nut. I tighten both equally. First the left side, tighten a little bit, then the right, and then I go back to the left side and tighten a little bit more and the right. Now it's time to connect the water hose back again with the 5/8 wrench, turn on the water, and now it's time to test it out. I flushed it a few times, checked, make sure there's no leaks, and we are good to go. The bolt you could cut at the indentation with a hacksaw. Now I'm using silicone specifically for bath and kitchen, so it's waterproof, and I make sure to cut the tip of the silicone at a 45-degree angle so it's easier to place. I place silicone all around except for the back, so in case in the future if there are any leaks, water can come out through the back and you're able to see it. If this video was helpful, please like and subscribe as it helps out the channel.